Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Disney News Update. We have a couple of big topics to talk about it, so let's not waste any time and jump right into the news. For fans of Disney Cruise Line like myself, we have been waiting months and months to find out when we can return to sea. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait a little bit more, as Disney Cruise Line extended their suspension of all departures through April as of now, and select sailings on the Magic and the Wonder in May have also been canceled. Now previously, the last update canceled all departures through March 2021, and yesterday another travel alert was put out with the notice of the cancellations through April and select sailings in May. Sailings are canceled aboard the Disney Fantasy through April 24th, the Disney Dream through April 30th, the Disney Magic through May 9th, and the Disney Wonder through May 12th. Now, if you have a sailing that has been affected by these cancellations and you have paid in full, you will be given the option of a cruise credit, 125% of your cost, that you could put towards a future sailing, or a full refund. If you have not already paid in full, you will automatically receive a refund of what you have paid so far. So the cruise credit only is for those who have paid in full already. Now, like many others, I have been really wanting to get on a Disney cruise. I was hoping to possibly get on one this year, but unfortunately, things are just not trending in the right direction. Some of the new coronavirus strains that are coming out are gonna make Disney Cruise Line very difficult to reopen. They already have so many hurdles to jump through. This is one of the hardest industries to bring back in its regular capacity, and to make it an enjoyable experience for guests, there's a lot of elements that need to be present on cruise ships, in particular Disney in this case. But this is going to be a challenge. It's going to be, I think, unfortunately, the first of many more cancellations that we see for this year. I would be surprised if we see any ships go out prior to the fall. That is just my gut. And ultimately, if cruising doesn't return in 2021 based off of how many people were able to get the vaccine, what they're going to require to go on a cruise, it wouldn't shock me at all if we don't see cruising return until 2022 here in the United States. I hope I'm wrong. I really want to get back on a Disney cruise, but unfortunately, things are just really not looking too good right now. A second huge piece of news that came out earlier this week was that the Jungle Cruise at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World is gonna get a little bit of a retheming, a refresh, and certain elements of the ride as we know it today are going to be changing forever. Disney Parks blog shared a post on Monday outlining what these changes are going to be, the reasoning for them, and what guests can have to look forward to when the Jungle Cruise reimagining is complete in both parks here in the United States. In that post, they said, "Today we're excited to share that we are building on the story of the Jungle Cruise at both Disneyland and Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World to include new adventures that stay true to the experience we know and love, more humor, wildlife, and skipper heart, and also reflect the value and diversity of the world around us." As you can see by some of the concept art on the screen, the scene with the travelers or the natives on the totem pole has been completely reimagined. These are now a diverse group of skippers or explorers, it seems like, that are now trying to escape that rhino and hyena. And this next shot that you can see shows their boat. The Congo Kate was overtaken by monkeys, and obviously they had to flee, and that's how they ended up on the totem pole. So kind of tying the loose ends of the story together there. Disney also stated that the changes are to be expected on both coasts later this year, and likely sometime in 2021. Now, I'm gonna be very honest, when I first heard this news, I was a little bit surprised and I was nervous. Now, one of the things that I love about the Jungle Cruise is the wittiness, the bad puns, the jokes. And when I heard a retheming of the Jungle Cruise, we all know that the Jungle Cruise movie with The Rock and Emily Blunt is coming out in the future as well. And I was like, oh no, please don't tell me that they're gonna start tying in movie references to a movie that's not even out yet, that we don't even know if it's good, into the ride. I mean, this is an absolute classic Imagineering attraction. It's a classic Disney attraction. It's something that, you know, Walt kind of saw through and really enjoyed the aspect of the Jungle Cruise. So I was nervous when I heard that they were going to be making some changes. But after reading some of these comments from Imagineering and seeing really the two concept art photos that they shared, it's not really a huge change. It's not. I mean, they're going to get a little bit more culturally sensitive, so I think a lot of the tribal folks that you would see kind of with the spears standing there, they're probably going to be gone, I'd imagine. As we know, the characters that were climbing up the totem pole looked like some sort of natives to the area. Those are now changed to skippers and explorers. Not a huge deal. It doesn't change the story of the ride really in any way. And now that we get an extra scene with that overturned boat with the monkeys is cool. It's new. We haven't had anything new on the Jungle Cruise in a long time. So after reading this, I'm okay with it. I know Disney's probably going to do a good job. The changes are not super drastic. I will say I wonder if Trader Sam is going to be taken away, just based off of the cultural sensitivities there. That I don't know. I couldn't find any information on that. If you know, let us know down in the comments below. That would be interesting, considering there's Trader Sam's at the Polynesian, and at the Disneyland Hotel, he's a character from the Jungle Cruise. So I wonder if he's going to stay or if he's going to go. But regardless, the changes aren't that drastic, and as long as they stay true to the original concept of the bad jokes, the skipper taking you on the adventure, then I'm fine with it. I trust Disney to do a good job with the refresh, and we'll see what happens. You know, it was kind of the same deal with some of the other attractions that we've seen getting refreshed in the past. You're always reluctant at first, and then over time, you kind of get used to it, and I have a feeling that's gonna be how it is here with the Jungle Cruise. I think a lot of the changes, probably if you maybe haven't ridden the Jungle Cruise in a long time, might not even be that noticeable. So again, that's just based off of the article that was on Disney Parks blog. I don't know any more information aside from what they've already given us. But those are just some assumptions that I'm making. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think about the Jungle Cruise retheme? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. And lastly for today, with the news that the stay-at-home orders in California were recently lifted by Governor Newsom, Disneyland has started to recall some of their food and beverage workers back to work. 232 cast members, to be exact, have been recalled to open food and beverage offerings at the Disneyland Resort, given that Disneyland is once again allowed to have outdoor dining as a result of this restriction being lifted. Now we know that in the past, Disney had the dining establishments open on Buena Vista Street and at downtown Disney. And of course, those had to be basically taken away immediately due to the orders from Governor Newsom. But now that this has been lifted, it's a positive sign to get Disneyland cast members back to work. It's a positive sign to get these establishments back up and running again so that guests can enjoy them. And ultimately, it's a step in the right direction for the reopening of Disneyland. Again, only time will tell. We've seen California kind of flip-flop on their policy over the last few months as far as restrictions go, but time will tell. It's a step in the right direction, and I have my fingers crossed that we will see Disneyland open soon, and I want to see it open soon because I want Avengers Campus to open. I absolutely cannot wait for Avengers Campus, and I'm hoping that opens sooner rather than later this year. So let's all just keep our fingers crossed and hope for maybe a summer, early fall reopening of Disneyland. So those are the biggest Disney news stories of the past week. Let us know down in the comments below what you think about the Disney Cruise Line cancellations. When are we going to see cruising return? And let us know what you think about the Jungle Cruise retheming that's going to be coming to both coasts sometime this year. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And as always, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon so that you get a notification each time we upload a new video. It's a good way to stay informed. And if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. And with that, we will see you guys real soon.